I'm here again, and yeah, I don't even. I mean, like, I'm speechless. I'm speechless and exhausted and tired, and I'm asking myself, and I'm asking why. So, what I want to talk about now, man, I just don't understand this logic of people, many people. What's the point of life when there is so much suffering? Why people are just blindly accept this truth, this fact? Why people just yes, and they accept it. They accept it because look where we are. There is more people than ever was. There is more more than 8 billions of people on this planet. It's it never was like it is now. We are so overpopulated, but I just want to talk about how um people are okay with this reality. People not only accept this reality, but they support this reality by procreation, by having kids. That's like why I'm saying that I don't believe people with kids. I don't believe parents. I don't believe them. I do believe them when they say like, "Oh yeah, I agree with you. Life is painful. Life is unfair. Fuck this capitalism. Fuck these politicians and governments. Blah blah blah." And then but at the same time, they actually chose to support this all the messed up things they said. They chose to support it by the worst the worst way they could do, the worst way to hurt their poor kids, poor offsprings, just to support this evil that is happening and to make their kids slaves. So, yeah, I don't believe those people with kids. I don't believe them. I know that it's like 90%, more than 90% of population. I know that. You know. So, yeah, I mean, of course, for people like us who um, believe in a antinatalism philosophy, or just people who, I mean, you don't have to label yourself because I know that there are many people who are antinatalists as well, but they don't know that it actually has a name. I didn't know that either, just for the record. But I mean, I was always a believer that I always had these antinatalist values, and beliefs. So that's why my curiosity um found this philosophy, and I have this channel, you know. Yeah, but so I wanted to say that yes, it's very depressing for people like us, because we are a minority, and we cannot really be open about it and talk about it publicly. Of course not. I mean, not because that we are ashamed of it, or I'm proud to be antinatalist, but the thing is that how the way people are. So it would be a waste of time. It's it's much better to just avoid those people, to just like live your own life and talk about these things on for on a platforms like this, for example, to find your community, your people, to be open. But like, it's a waste of time in real life, because in real life you can see everywhere those NPCs and those people who are so um breeders, so I'm fucking done. So, have you ever had a friend, family member that you liked that decided to have a kid? A friend of mine is pregnant and I'm so conflicted. Well, yeah, of course. And for example, oh, it's like always my friend that is no longer my friend. um, and for example, my cousin. And I also, well, I'm no longer in contact with her because it was my choice. So I really get this. Actually, that was my. I need to do it. I'm like, okay, she's my cousin, and she's like, okay, she's a pretty cool person. She's fine, okay, but I mean, she really has a different life. I felt also like you that this conflict. So I'm like, I don't really, to be honest, I don't really want people with kids, you know, with this breeder mindset. I don't want these people in my life, to be honest with you. Um, I know that I'm not saying that you should go off. Um, you should go no contact with your friend just because of this. I don't know how you feel about it, but I mean, I just want to live authentically, and antinatalism and these views and these beliefs that I have is a part of my life, you know, my daily life, something that I believe in. Like it's for me like those people who believe in a religion. So this is what I believe in. This is my so-called religion, you know. So I totally understand that it's not easy for you. I know, I can imagine, Um. So yeah, that's a good point. Internet and my dumb scrolls. Yeah. Do you think we might not be as much of minority, but the problem is so many people are conditioned. Wait a sec. I mean, I would say that actually I saw many people who who have this antinatalist view. For example, you know, on platforms, comments, and it wasn't actually like channels, like antinatalist channels. It was, for example, like some, you know, articles about how Gen Z don't have kids and how young women choose to be child free and single. And that is kind of refreshing to me, and I totally get it. And so that's why I also like child community. I am child free myself, antinatalist and child free. I'm more antinatalist than child free, but at the same time I like child free community as well. So that on these articles I saw these comments that very familiar with this antinatalist philosophy, like of course that Gen Z don't have kids in this world and in this economy and in this modern world and modern society, and so many reasons and very valid, you know. So I believe that there are actually more people than we think who share the same beliefs and the same values or similar, but they are not that as vocal as, for example, as I am, you know, by having this channel. But yeah, I mean, of course, we are still minority, but actually, they are getting more and more people because people are getting awake. Some of them, because yeah, we live in a shit world. I mean, let's not lie to ourselves. Look where we live. Look, it's the most depressing era that ever. Really, the most depressing and fucking. There is no authenticity. There is like we live so fast and we don't have time to care for each other. We don't have time to listen. Everyone has ADHD, you know, every you know, it's it's totally awful and miserable. Like I don't understand like what went wrong, you know, when we have had this 90s, 2000s or even back then, you know, 70s, 80s, 60s. People were more chill. Everything was not so fucking expensive and people um were like more chill. But I don't really want to talk about the good old days. But yeah, I mean, I don't like this modern world. I don't like this modern era. I don't like this modern society. Everything is just fake. I I feel like an old soul being stuck in this era, in this modern era. I really feel that way. Even with the small things, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I feel stuck. I, it feels like betrayal. Like I hate it. I hate the fact that as people, as humans, we think that we are the best, that we are better than animals, but at the same time, we don't have even. power to choose like nothing. We don't have the ability to choose our parents, to choose our country, to choose our name, to choose looks, to choose um, where our the the era where when we want to be born or want to live. We don't fucking have nothing. You know, I fucking hate it, and I fucking hate like how how parents are so fucking ignorant. They think that they have all the right to think for us, to decide for us, to like yeah, we're basically their toys. We're basically their toys. I don't like this idea of parenting. I don't like it. I'm against it. Parenting and parenthood. It's it's something so I don't know. It feels like why you wanna be a parent? You wanna control someone? You want to have a power over someone? Because that's what parents have. Okay? Don't lie to yourself. Why so many people want to be parents? It's always the ego speaking. It's because they blah 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 blah. It's always their ego. It's never, it's no humanity in there. No kindness, nothing authentic, nothing that prefer prefers the kid. No man, nothing like that. It's always the ego speaking. Because this idea of parenting, it's you know for yeah, I mean like to me it seems like you just want to have your fucking mini me and you want to feel better about yourself by having your mini me, by having someone who looks like you. Oh, that's why you fucking love your kid, because it's your gene, it's your blood, because your kid has your eyes, your kid has your voice, your hair, your manners, and all these things. So tell me that. What's authentic and what's beautiful about it? How can you say that you love kids? No, you don't love kids. You love this idea that this little person, this small person, is yours. Your genes, your blood, your looks, your personality, your manners. You feel good. You feel better about yourself. It's always about you. It's always about you at first, in the first place. Thanks for sharing your experience, and your authenticity is really refreshing. Thank you so much. I appreciate this love too, and this support. Exactly. There is all these variables now, like the economy, and it's scary being local because that comes with a lot of judgment. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I really don't believe those people. It's the ego at first. It's their ego because of their needs, not their needs, desires, you know? So yeah, it's pretty it's pretty depressing, but that's the way it is. Many people just don't see that that way. Many times it's because they are too scared to admit that they are wrong, that they are actually selfish. And it's about their ego and their traumas. That's why they're doing it, you know, not because it's some kind of altruistic, beautiful act or something. No, of course not. I don't know what to say really because this life feels very heavy to me. Every minute, every day, every single day, and this constant fighting, and this fucking unfairness. And when I'm just being like honest and authentic, I just see those people who are really unsensitive because men those people don't even know what it feels like. They're privileged. That's why they think that they have the right to criticize or um, your pain, your suffering, because people who never, who don't know what it feels, they're always the ones who are ignorant. You know, they are always the ones who lack of empathy and compassion. And me myself, when I see people who are open about their mental health and their situation, I mean, that's it means like many things to me because I really appreciate every individual who's authentic and who's not scared to, not ashamed to talk about their demons, their situation, and it's actually also very inspiring to me. And I think that we need that, and especially in this modern world, we need people who are not scared, who are not ashamed to talk about mental health openly, you know, because everywhere this social media, um, everywhere it's fakeness, because I don't know, I'm just different. To me, for me, it's actually very important to express who I am, to express myself, at least trying to express myself, who I am, express my thoughts, express everything that I have on my mind, that I carry on my shoulders. And yeah, it's very heavy. It's very heavy, and I I'm worried about my situation, my with my situation, guys. It's not good. Really, it's fucking not good, and that's what also makes me anxious and you know stressed out and depressed. And yeah, like, and being alone, you know I mean, yeah, I like being alone, but I'm this privilege that, I don't know, that for example you have your parents who will help you with that. I don't have it because I don't have parents. um and what else? Yeah, I mean, like, it feels so unfair. It feels so unfair. Many things that I never chose for myself, you know? Like, I feel so, I feel so mad and like so frustrated and angry. Like, at the same time, when I think about the fact that it's so fucking logical that all of us, all of us, you know, we were in a better state. We were in a better situation. Everything was perfect, ideal for us before we came into this existence. That's what makes me angry. How people are just so closed-minded. How people are just so ignorant, and they are not open to think about these things. Let's talk about it because it's so fucking logical. And they're afraid of death and all these things. Okay, I get it because yeah, it's something that we don't know what's gonna happen after death and all these things. But you were fine, okay? You were you were completely fine before you came into this place, you know? And now you're here and everything is upside down. So tell me that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand this life. Really. I don't understand why someone has everything and someone has nothing, you know? And I'm not just talking about um um materialistic material things, you know? I just don't understand, you know? These things, opposite things, and also like when there is a someone who is narcissistic or not a decent person, and this person has luck, you know. This person has a good life, and on the other hand, we have someone who is kind, kind, compassionate, honest, authentic, you know, just a good person, normal, you know, good person, really. And this person struggles with life all the time. So tell me, where's this balance, and why it has to be like that? Why it has to be like that? Why there's no balance in this life? Why there's no um fairness? Why people are just okay with unfairness and injustice? How, tell me that. Really, tell me that. Okay, welcome. Um, so hello there, Black here, and I know life has sucky situations, whatever time of year, um, even if you try to ignore it. Yeah, well, yeah, because um, actually, when you ignore it, um, bad things are happening. You know, it's like that. This life doesn't want you to chill. I don't know. I mean, like, I just I just can't cope with that fact that there's no fairness, there's no justice at all. That's just something that um makes me feel very sad, and um angry at the same time, and angry about those people who have have kids, you know, because everything starts there. Everything starts in procreation, you know. Everything starts there. So yeah, of course you can be fucking mad and angry about this fucking Trump, for example, about this fucking, mask, all these um greedy, narcissistic, sociopathic, rich, privileged monsters. Yeah, but it sounds harsh. It sounds tough, but they didn't brought you here, That's actually, but many people don't think that way. And then many people would say to me that, oh, how all these things, how I am so like um childish, that I just want to blame my parents for everything. But like, well, as an anti-natalist, I have to say that, yeah, I have to say that yes, because I believe in antinatalism, and so that means that I I am against procreation because I don't believe in this life, because I know that this life is not fair, is not that beautiful as many NPCs say, and not even authentic. We always lie. We always lie to ourselves, to each other, and everywhere. We always lie. When you think about it, why they say fake it to make it. I mean that single phrase says a lot. It says a lot. Why would you say that? Fake it to make it. This just means to that nothing is really authentic in this existence. Nothing is really authentic. We always have to lie. We always have to pretend. We always have to do those things just to survive. Just to fucking survive. Yes. Yes, because I know that you guys, you are doing this. I am doing this. I don't like it, but I'm doing this too because we just want to survive. Yeah, that's the reality. Yeah, welcome here, Miles. This life is a simulation. That's why I refuse procreation. That's even rhymes. Yes. I have like, I don't know. This feels like this is on really deep philosophical. Um, but yeah, I don't know. But I also think that there is some entity, something that's not good with us. Because I don't know, tell me that. Why is this life the way it is? Why we suffer? Why we kill each other? Why we rape? Why we do all these things? Why, you know, and it starts with small things. Why we are so jealous? Why we don't like when other people success and all these things? It's always, I mean, I don't, I'm not just talking about all these hideous acts, like murder and you know you can imagine. um but I'm talking about this human nature. Why we are the way we are. Why we lie. Why we lie to each other. Why we are jealous of each other. Why we are not honest to each other. Why we manipulate other people, and so on. You know, I don't like this human nature, but I don't. But at the same time, I don't want to just blame humans for that, because I believe, as I said, that we're just we're nothing. We think that we are better than animals, but at the same time, we are really stupid creatures. That's what I believe in. That we are very limited. That's why we don't know. We don't know things. We think that we are smart, but we don't know. We don't even know why we are here, who created us, or what happens. What happened. We really don't know shit. We don't know nothing. So I don't know. At the same time, I don't really want to blame just society, just people, humanity, because I don't know. It to me, it must be something more. I mean, yeah, it scares me when I think about it. To be honest with you, that maybe when it's some entity, very a really intelligent entity, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it scares me, but I just don't understand why. Why is it the way it is? You know? Yeah, we don't generally panic about what happened before we were born. So why is that? Why is death that different? Yeah, good question. They want you to remain humble, but you want to cry puddles going through the everyday struggle. Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing what I can't stand. That we were programmed to just work and obey, do the thing, but we are not here to be real with each other. We are not here to talk about our feelings, talk about our struggles. We are not united. Who cares, right? Who cares? But I don't know. I don't like it. I mean, why? Why we cannot be more honest and authentic to ourselves and more empathic and more care about each other everywhere? We are technically just machines. I don't like it, really. And what's the worst thing is that, they don't care or they support it. NPCs only seem happy. Yeah, that's why that's why they're NPCs. Well, I'm working and my brain is just not stimulating enough. Boring. Yeah, I feel ya. Working. It's a nightmare waiting to wake up from. Yeah, 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 I know this feeling. Like, even when I have nightmares, because these last few days I had pretty, nightmares. Not really nice. But I don't know. When I sleep, everything is just better. It's not the nightmares are bad. Nightmare is actually what's coming after uh, when I wake up. You know, funny, not funny. You know, um, bittersweet and population. Yeah, well, sometimes I'm INFP to the point where I can delude myself into focusing on the good in the world. I can't cope if it wasn't for dreaming or escapism. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's the way I feel, really. Yeah, because mm, I said it before, but I don't know. Yeah, it's like I just can't be miserable all the time because it's like if my brain, my mind is telling to me that okay, now relax, just chill. So yeah, I love this that music exists. Music and yeah, like being in my own world, my own INFP world, my own INFP reality, movies, you know. We need that. Of course we need that. You from Europe, Europe, at least it's safer than USA. Yeah, I am from Europe. Um, I think I think people accept this reality because they are too scared to challenge it. Yeah. Yet they think they yet they think having a kid will magically make everything better. Yeah, that's why I think that we are actually braver. More, we are more real, more authentic, brave because we are open to it and we face it. They chose to live in their delusion. They live in lies. Even though like deeply I think that many of them just know that okay, this is not good, but they are cowards. Yeah, they're cowards. Out of every 100 people, how many people do you estimate also think similar to us? How many percent of them? That's a good question. You mean like in real life? Um, I'm not sure if I can answer this question. Like you mean my guess, or if I have these people in real life? Because I don't know anyone who has this mindset. I mean, um, yeah, but it's a good question. I mean, I'm also I'd like to know the answer too. Um, I really don't know. I have no idea. Um, what about you? Yeah, you're right. I hate going to the grocery store and shopping with a bunch of NPCs in your way. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I may. Yeah, totally. Um, I don't understand those people who work there. I mean, like, like it feels like a nightmare just to be there for a couple of minutes. I wouldn't. I'm like I wouldn't be able to work to work there. It's it's such a soulless place. And we are all animals, and we are eating each other. Well, yeah, I do all my groceries online. If there's a way to avoid people, I'll do it. Well, I used to do it too, but I don't know. My money situation was better back then, you know. But yeah, I totally get it. Um, it's more comfortable. You don't even have to go outside. You just wait. Yeah. So yeah, I feel you. I hate that everything has to be about money. Really. And that's the reality that our parents brought us into, forced us into. And when we were kids, we were like, oh, I cannot wait until I'll be adult and I will have control over my own life and I can do everything. Huh. Yeah, well, and now we are here and we see that it was just an illusion and bunch of lies, manipulation. Parents, our parents, our parents didn't even know what they were doing with their lives. So you cannot really, um, I mean, you cannot really accept answer from them, you know, because we are smarter than them. We are smarter, really. I mean, like, think about it. They they never think they never thought about life the way we think, that we just want to protect our unborn kids. Antinatalism is actually the most, um, how can I say it? It's just really, it's coming from love. It's an act of love and compassion and empathy. It's not just, oh yeah, I hate kids. I mean, I don't want kids. I hate kids. No. How can they say that we are, you know, selfish, or I don't know, all these things, when, in fact, it's actually opposite. It's the opposite. They are the ones um who are doing this just because of their ego and their desires, selfish desires. There's no compassion and empathy in that. But in antinatalism, there is empathy and compassion because they think really differently. You know, let's say there is, because yes, there is this person, and this person is a parent, and this person is saying that, oh yeah, life is unfair, there's um there's a lot of suffering and pain and disgusting things, but yeah, I have a kid. And people like us, that's because we know that this life is not fair, is not good, is not safe, is not you know, beautiful like they say. So that's why we don't have kids, because we are protecting them. How can you say that, oh yeah, this life is a dangerous place, but at the same time you decided to bring a kid into it, your own. I mean, there's no logic in what you're saying and what you're doing. That's hypocrisy. There's no logic, and there's no empathy either in like what you're saying and what you're doing. You know, I am saying I am saying this and I'm doing this because I believe in this. You know, like I do all, yeah, fair. I live with family, and delivery passes here aren't so pricey, luckily. But I hate that simple things like that are a privilege. Well, yeah, but it's good that you admit that. I appreciate it. And yeah, it shouldn't be like that. But welcome to the reality. Welcome to reality. Welcome to life. Welcome to existence. Welcome to pain and paying bills and doing all the wage slavery and just being obedient. Fuck me. I mean, I'm done, guys. Really fucking done. Oh man. Let's stay positive. Be positive. um, Parents are crazy. Yeah. Ah man, I'm so done. Really, I'm fucking